3, 4. It's written in the Constitution, yes, oh yes. The right to life and liberty, pursuit of happiness. But we're taking them for granted. They'll be swept away the day you get sick and got money to pay. Instead of health care, what have we got? Corporate welfare. Fair, that's not. Making billionaires out of risky loans. People are losing their jobs and their homes. You wonder where the billions and the trillions went? To sock it in the pocket of that 1%. Hey, it ain't our fault if you end up poor. Don't you come a-knocking at this rich man's door. Well, you hate big government, so you say, when it looks like the moolah isn't headed your way. But we gotta make a profit out of medical care. Our Wall Street investors gotta grab their share. Kick the sick off the roll so the dough keeps rising. Come on, Obama, do your compromising. We need a couple pennies for our private jets and our week-long spas with no regrets. That's freedom, people. Let's protect our choices. And I'm free not to listen to those other voices. So I'm free to be sleeping in the street or a tent or a homeless shelter. Is that what you meant? To be young or disabled with no medical care, with the kids all crying because the cupboard's bare. My home's been foreclosed and now my job's gone too. My employer paid the premium, so that fell through. Just pull yourself up by your bootstraps, toots. I can't do that. You see, I got no boots. Then look up, honey. It's about to fall. That trickle-down money that we promised you all. Well, the only trickle-down I could see is a leak from that rusty old pipe that got busted last week. I begged and I pleaded, I got down on my knees, but Joe Blow, the plumber, just redoubled his fees. Things have broken down here worse than one man can fix, and conservatives are blocking all the roads with their tricks. Hey, fear is the weapon that they're loading up now to protect their politicians and that fat cash cow. Telling us elders via radio waves a plan made to help us gonna dig our graves. You think we're dumb and stumbling over the hill? You think I got no clue about Obama's bill? He loved his grandma and she raised him up smart. Tons of courage and a caring heart. He'd never do a bill to do us elders in. The lie to make us think it is a cardinal sin. And if lies don't defeat Barack for helping us all, they'll shout down a meeting at your next town hall. Though most of the folks who are yelling don't know, their fear is from the backers of a fashion show by wolves in sheepy clothing who design these fights with labels like freedom works and patients' rights that ought to read greed in the latest styles for those industry models to protect their smiles. They'll invent a million reasons to prevent this change. No matter how crazy or stupid or strange, they'll scare us with the budget or the national debt. Remember how we got it? Whoops, they forget. They've forever been complaining that the cost is too great for a government plan at an affordable rate. They screwed a few statistics making you and I think Americans don't want it. That's a bald-faced lie. And where are their complaints about the escalating cost of these escalating wars where countless lives are lost? The escalating cost of our emergency care because we couldn't pay a doctor, so we wound up there. Hey, the cost of health insurance could rebuild the pearly gates, but we're still going bankrupt at unprecedented rates, 68% due to medical debt, including folks who bought insurance for a protection they don't get. I am not a car, I'm not a piece of real estate. My health is no commodity, you get that straight? You blue dog demos and conservative cats, I don't want to buy your limos or support your spats. Get off your furry butts and get us what we need. A government plan that isn't based on greed. Now you get medical care from the taxes we pay, but when we want the same thing, what do you say? It's that socialism bug. Get rid of it quick. We gotta be free. Yeah, free to be sick. Will you turn our Constitution to hypocrisy? Because there's no pursuit of happiness or life or liberty for the 47 million with no medical plan. Yo, people, can we change it? Yes, we can. Call up your congresswoman or your congressman for a public option as a medical plan. Hey, I got an idea. Come on, don't laugh. Why don't you guys in Congress cut your salaries in half? Give up your socialized medical care and reduce our deficit. That seems fair. I know Medicare works and it's government run. I got it and I love it, just like most of us have it. Let's support it and expand it. Let's get something done. A lot of people want to see a government run. Yeah, a lot of people want to see a government run. You know, I wrote this rap so I could blow off some steam and to zap the crap that's floating in the media stream. You might think I think the rich are to blame. It's much more complicated than that age-old game, because the interests with an interest in profits over care got their people into office and they want their share. We got to get some vaccinations for those moldy infections in the flow of easy money that infects our elections. Got to get more politicians who are tried and true to represent the many and not just the few. To zap the piggy flu a-flying out that door and cap the widening gap between the rich and the poor. But it's greed over need. Now it makes no sense how this world's wealthy country could be so damn dense. Some way, someday, we all gotta see that what happens to you is gonna happen to me. Some way, someday, it's gotta get through that what happens to me is gonna happen to you.